Okay, now we're recording. Okay, so your thoracic spine. So think about the part of your spine that's about from your shoulder blades up to right before your neck starts. It's kind of someplace we forget about, and if we're sitting a lot, or even if we're standing a lot, and we have our phones, we're always going like this, it can get a little tight. So we're going to focus on mobilizing that to start. So what I want you to do is grab your foam roller, and you're going to position that foam roller right in between your shoulder blades. Knees are going to be bent. You're going to pop your hips up, keep a little bit of tension on your midline, and just roll gently right in between your shoulder blades. You don't need to go any higher than where your shoulder blades end, so you don't want to be foam rolling your neck. You're just foam rolling right in between your shoulder blades. You might feel some cracks and pops. Nope, nothing painful though. And then I'm going to have you hug yourself. So you're going to grab your shoulders and hug, and that's going to kind of open up your spine a little bit. And then from here, you can kind of move side to side. You can make those same passes up and down. And just be mindful of, like, does any of this feel particularly tight? Does it feel stiff in any way? Because we're going to get back to this in a little bit. So I just want you to have an idea of those tight spots. We're going to hang out in that foam rolling position for another 15 or 20 seconds. Just gentle movement. Good. And just relax. Do another 5 seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay. We'll set the foam roller aside. We'll get back to that. But now we're going to do a stretch or mobility exercise that's also going to focus on that thoracic spine. So I'm going to have you get up here in this quadruped position. So your wrist is right underneath your shoulder. Knees are right underneath your hips. And then from here, I want you to take your right hand and put it behind your head. Okay? From here, I want you to reach down and see if you can touch your opposite elbow with your right elbow, and then turn and open up. Good. Down, and we'll repeat. I'm gonna have you go at your own pace, nice, slow, and controlled. I'm super tight in the top of my spine, so this is difficult for me to move up and through. We're gonna do 2 rounds of this, and our goal is, by the second round, for you to feel like you're a little bit looser and a little more mobile in that upper back by the time we get to the round 2. We're going to do 2 more. Turn, good. Good. And rest there. And we're going to do the same thing now on the other side. So same quadruped position. Left hand behind your head. Meet your left elbow to your right elbow. And then turn and open. Try to keep your eye on your left elbow the entire time. Good. It's going to feel a little tight, but you want to make sure that as you're moving through this, you're moving slow and controlled, and you're not fighting against your body too much. So if you get to a sticking point, like if I get here and I can't turn anymore, I don't want to crank myself to move. You're going to accept that range of motion, but just be aware of it. We're going to do 2 more. 1 and 2. Good. Go ahead and relax there. And we're going to get into this split lunge position. So go here. Yep. We'll bring our hands to the inside, and we'll extend our back leg, laces to the floor. We've done this before. If you can, you're going to touch your forearm to the ground, and then open up. Keep your eye on your hand. Yep. It's called World's Greatest Stretch. So here we're stretching your hips, and we're also working in the thoracic spine when we turn and rotate here. Keep our eyes up. Yep. Good. Breathe. 4, We'll do 2 more. Good. Last one. Good job. Go ahead and switch sides. Knee up, hands to the inside, extend the back leg. If we can get our forearm to the ground, that's great. If not, that's okay. You're gonna go as deep as you can and then open, rotate, keep your eye on your hand. This should feel similar to the last activity we did, that quadruped rotation, but here you have a little bit more leeway because your hips are involved and you can open yourself up a little bit more. Still focused on the thoracic spine and a little bit here on the hips on this round. We got 2 more. And 2. Good. Okay, we're gonna go back to our foam roller. We're gonna do 1 more round just like that. And again, like I said, our goal is for you to feel a little bit more loose and mobile by the end of round 2 than you did at the beginning of round 1. So find that spot right in between your shoulder blades, just moving nice and gentle. Nice slow passes. Take special note of any place that's tight, and now go ahead and give yourself a hug. And if you find spots here that feel super tight, instead of rolling up and down, you can kind of move side to side gently on it as well. And that may get in a little bit deeper. And you're gonna hear me say this a lot, but rule of thumb is for foam rolling, if it hurts so bad you can't breathe, then it's too much pressure. But if it doesn't hurt so bad you can't breathe, if you dig in a little bit, you're gonna mobilize that tissue a little bit more. We'll go another 10 seconds. Good. Just moving gently, finding spots. And relax. Okay, we're gonna go back up into our quadruped position here. We'll go right hand, back of the head. We're gonna do 8. We're gonna do 8 per side. Nice, slow, and controlled. Elbow to elbow. Keep our eye on the elbow of the hand that's on our head. Again, with the work you've done so far, you should be able to feel like you can rotate just a little bit further. Not night and day, but just a little bit more. Good. Once you've done 8, go ahead and switch sides. Good. And we'll do 8 here on the other side, hand on head, elbow to elbow. Open up and rotate. Like I was saying before, if you're sitting at a desk a lot, you're gonna be tight through the shoulders and the back. And if you're standing a lot and working a lot, that also, like physical labor, that's gonna be the same. So mobilizing the upper back is sometimes forgotten about, but an important thing to do if you can. Good. And then after your 8, we'll get up into this half runner's lunge again. And we're gonna do 6 per side of this world's greatest stretch. Okay, so hands to the inside. Nice, slow, and controlled. Don't go for speed. Good. You should really feel like you're opening up your hips and your upper back all at the same time. Good. Very good. After you do 6, go ahead and switch sides. Good. Last round of the world's greatest stretch. If we can get our elbow down, great. Forearms fine. Whatever depth you can manage. Should feel a little bit looser and mobile than you did when you started. That's the aim today. And when you finish your 6, go ahead and relax. We'll take 30 seconds to kind of regroup a little bit. Get a drink if you need to. Just relax, hang out, and I'll talk you through the core stuff we have coming on. So we'll have 3 different exercises. I'll demo them all, and then we'll start, okay? The first one is going to be a straight leg drop. So you're going to start here. One leg is going to go down and touch. Come up, they meet again, and then you go down and touch. So it's not like a flutter kick. They start here, they drop. Whoop. If you need to make it easier, you can bend your knees, and that'll make it a little bit more manageable. So you're going to kind of find what works for you. Okay, we're going to go for a minute at a time on that straight leg drop. The second activity is going to be a side plank with a raise. So you're going to be here. If this might be all you can manage, and you're going to hold for 30 seconds. If this feels easy, you're going to lift this leg 2-3 inches and drop it. If this glute is on, it's going to feel a little bit easier. So the bottom glute is the key to that one. And I'll talk you through that as we go. That'll be activity 2. Activity 3 is going to be a walking push-up. So you're going to start in a high plank, go down to a low plank, and then press yourself back up and repeat. This can also be done from your knees, if that feels more manageable. And if neither one of those feels manageable, we'll do a high plank for it. But I'm here to help if you have questions on anything. Okay? We're going to get rolling here. We're going to do all of these for a minute at a time, except for the side plank. It'll be 30 seconds and then switch. Okay? Start with that leg drop. And go ahead. Tap. Nice, slow, and controlled. Head should be on the ground, so don't crank your neck looking up. And to make it easier, especially as you fatigue as time moves on, if you bend your knees, that'll make it a little bit easier. You're going to feel this in the abs, obviously, and also in your hip flexors. It's a great hip flexor exercise to strengthen the front of the hip. You're halfway. If you feel any pressure in your lower back, if you put your hands underneath your hips and glute area, that will relieve a little bit of pressure. Otherwise, the more you bend your knees, the less pressure you're going to put on your lower back. We'll go 10 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and good. Okay, we're going to get into a side plank on your elbow. And we'll go 30 seconds here. Remember, lower glute should be squeezed, and that's going to keep you in a little bit better position. If this feels really easy, we can lift your leg and tap. Here we go. You're on. And hold. Good. Bottom glute squeezed. You can make this easier by bending your knees. That'll make it a little bit more manageable. And keeping the bottom leg on the ground. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and switch. Good job. Switching sides. Remember, elbows should be right underneath your shoulder. All right, go ahead and raise up. Here we go. Option to make it easier by dropping the lower leg on the ground or bending your knees. And keep that bottom glute squeezed. That's going to be the one that stabilizes you. Good. Good recovery. Good job. You got it. Yeah. If it's not sort of hard, you're not doing anything, so that's great. Good job. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we're on to our walking push-up. Starting in a high plank and slowly lowering. Remember, don't worry about speed. Try to minimize your movement at the hip. Try not to sling yourself around too much. And if it gets too difficult, go down to your knees. And if that becomes too difficult, just hold a plank. Good. Halfway. Good job. Ten seconds. 3, 2, 1, and relax. Okay, we'll take 30 seconds to regroup a little bit, catch your breath, and we're gonna go through all that core stuff one more time. So a minute on the leg drop, 30 seconds per side on that side plank, and then the walking push-up, okay? Here we go, we'll go in 5 seconds. Leg drop first. 3, 2, 1, and go. Nice, slow, and controlled. Don't worry about speed. Good job. Remember, if it gets too hard, bend your knees. You're halfway. Great job. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Great job. We're on to our side plank. A couple of minutes left, and then we go back to foam rolling. So a couple minutes left of work, and then we'll bring it down again. Elbow right underneath your shoulder, and just holding for 30 seconds. Good. You good? You just gotta go? Okay. Okay. All right, yeah. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and switch. All right, last side plank. Elbow right underneath your shoulder. Keep that left or bottom glute squeeze. That's going to keep you stable. Option to drop your bottom leg or just bend your legs, and that will make it seem easy. Otherwise, hang in there. Breathe. Try not to hold your breath. No, it can be hard. 10 seconds. Three, 2, 1, and rest. Okay, last set of the walking push-up. Then we'll roll a little bit, and then we'll be done. Just a minute at a time. If it gets challenging, remember, go down to your knees, or just hold a plank. Here we go, we're on. Breathe, good job. Almost halfway already. There's your halfway marker. Great job, 20 seconds. Ten seconds. Three, 2, 1, and relax. Great job. As you recover, I want you to grab your foam roller, if you would, and we're going to go back to foam rolling that same area we did at the beginning of the session. We're going to take it nice and slow. We'll go for a minute of time, just moving up and down on that spot. If you find spots that are particularly tight, you can move side to side. You're just going to, gentle movement here. in the upper back. If you want to hug yourself, you can give yourself a hug. That'll open it up a little bit more. Otherwise, I'm going to leave it up to you where you put your hands. And just move nice and gently. Try to get back down to baseline. That was challenging core work. So now we're just trying to actively recover here with a little bit of foam rolling. And then we'll stretch a little bit at the end, and then we're done. Great job, guys. Go another 30 seconds. Good. Okay, come on up into this half kneeling position again, please. From here, we're going to just do a little of dynamic movement. It's going to be a stretch, but we're going to be moving a little bit through it. So we're not just going to hold a stretch. So I want you to bring your hands to the inside like we did in the world's greatest stretch. Move here just a little bit, down, nice and gentle. And now I want you to sit back a little bit, raise the toe on this lead leg, and sit back a little bit, and you're going to feel it in your hamstring and in your calf. And we'll hold here. And then we're going to shift back into this runner's lunge. So a little bit of movement here. Side to side, nice and gentle. And then sit back. Toe up. Now open up the calf and the hamstring. Good, and then we'll switch sides. So we'll go other side on the runner's lunge, hands to the inside. Gentle movement, 5 seconds. Good. And then we'll sit back. Get the hamstring and the calf. 5 seconds there. And then we'll rotate back. Last rotation. Good. And sit back. Gentle movement. Good. 3, 2, 1. And good. That's everything. Okay. Great job. Thanks for coming. Yeah. Thanks, everybody.